No.
Okay, good. What's going on, everybody? Doc and Sloth, we are back. As you can tell, we're into some Rocket League action. If you've been living under a rock, which hopefully you haven't, because that would probably hurt, new update. It's out right now. It actually came out a couple hours ago. It's like a 4.35 gigabyte download, and we're going to cover the details. We're also going to take a look. Sloth has been lucky enough, and I mean sincerely lucky enough. On his first game, he got a victory crate, which is the new crate. So without further ado, that's what we're going to jump into. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with us and checking out this video. We really, really do appreciate it. If you're new, we play quite a bit of Rocket League. We play a little bit of everything else. So feel free to subscribe, do all that good stuff if you enjoyed it. If not, I mean, whatever. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Anyways, so we're going to jump into this. And victory crate. What do you think, Sloth? I'm getting it up right now. What do you think? Just initial impressions, just right off the bat.
So I had a plan where I was going to sell each crate for like low-end black markets and just like get rid of them and sell while everything is high. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I think I'm going to open them up. I need that werewolf. That thing is nasty. It's so cool. We'll look at it. We'll look at everything here. But
Yep.
I think that thing is just amazing. And the black market's the return of BMDs.
Yep. We got a lot of good stuff. So I'm just going to gloss over real quick what we get. We get 5 rare decals. We get 3 very rares, 3 imports, 2 exotics, and then as Sloth said, we actually get 3 black market decals and 1 new black market goal explosion, which honestly they needed to do. If they wouldn't have had black market decals in this, I think no one would have opened these. That's not true. People would have, but I think a lot of people have been really upset. So interestingly enough, I won't spend too much time on these decals. We get a Merc decal. We get an Imperator decal. We get a Jaeger decal, which is pretty sick in my opinion. As you can tell, I use the Jaeger, so I'm pretty excited about that. We get a decal for a car that literally no one uses in the game called the Marauder. Don't ask me. And then probably one of the cooler ones, and one that will be probably a little bit sought after, will be the Dominus Funny Book. Funny Book happens to be one of those that people really, really enjoy, and we finally get it for the Dominus. So pretty cool. Let's get into the little bit better stuff. We get the Nipper wheels, these very rare wheels. Sloth, we talked a little bit beforehand. What do you think about these things?
These are the wheels that I want in this crate. Some of the other exotics that we'll take a look at here in a second are pretty decent, but these almost have like almost a sunburst kind of feel to them, and I'm a big sunburst guy, so I'm kind of digging them actually.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. I think I'm always a big fan of the very rare wheels when they're simple but also have a lot of color. These painted, I think, are going to be one of the best. And then, from my memory, we don't have very many wheels that come in kind of like a standard, almost like sky blue color. So that's pretty neat that we get that. I'm pretty stoked about these. I think they look really good. And they're just a good, clean wheel, which a lot of people, you included, Sloth, really like. So pretty excited about that. We get the Luminous Very Rare Trail, which is another purple-blue trail. I don't know what else to say about it. These all seem to kind of be the same, so nothing really there, for me at least, stands out. And then probably going to be the most sought after decal in the entire crate, beyond outside of the black markets, obviously, is going to be this Octane Ripped comic, which is kind of like sort of Funny Book, but not off the whole thing. This whole crate has like a comic-y comic book feel, as you guys can see from some of the other items already. I think this is going to be pretty cool, and I'll be really interested to see what these looked painted and see exactly what you get paint on these with. I think this one has a potential to be a pretty good collector's value item. And it looks pretty cool. Pretty stoked about it. Now, we get to the good stuff. The werewolf. Sloth, go ahead. Just talk about this car for a minute, because I know you want to.
I just so it uses the Dominus hitbox, which again I'm not a super big fan of. I've used the hybrid and the Octane, those two body styles for a very long time. I used to use the Dominus, but it was so long ago. It's just a little flat for me, a little flat, a little wide, but this thing looks amazing. If I'm not mistaken, it's based off the Fenrir, which is kind of like one of the big supercars, which is also based on a wolf of legend under the same name. So I'm taking that to mean that is exactly where they were going with this, and just kind of made slight changes with it. solid look. I mean, I don't feel like it's over designed. I thought the Jaeger was beautiful. I think this one's beautiful too. I think these are two of the slickest cars in the game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think one thing that people are really going to like about this car compared to some of the others is the fact that any wheel with good wheel tread that we get, even on some of these import or exotic wheels we get in this crate, you're actually going to be able to see. And you're going to be able to see some of the styling on it. I know that's kind of a complaint of some of the body styles. People don't like them because they get these really cool wheels with cool tread on them, and they don't necessarily get to see the whole wheel or the tread, rather. So I think that's a good design. You're right, though. This thing, it looks sexy. It's a sweet-looking car. Really, really excited. And on top of that, I'm excited to see, to be honest, I'm excited to see what some of the new black markets look on it. So good car. Get out there, get it. Painted versions of these are going to be at a premium right now. So as with anything in this crate, the first week, 2 weeks that it's out. So if you happen to crack one, get really lucky, jump up and down, and then go trade it for like 9 heats, because that's probably what it's going to go for. But it's a really, really sweet-looking car. And Dominus body, as you said, exciting because it's very popular. A lot of people use it. So I think that was a smart play on their end. We get this Tsunami Beam import rocket boost. Not the biggest fan. It's cool. I think people are going to like it. Sound-wise, might throw some folks off. Painted might be something neat. It's got a lot of colors. It's obviously got kind of that cartoony vibe going. And then speaking of cartoony vibe, we get the Toon Sketch rocket boost, which, interestingly enough, we were talking about this. This might be one of the only boosts, if not the only boost, that is like a pretty much pure black right out the gate. So I think that's going to entice some people. But with these bigger boost trails like this, also throws some people off, especially if you're getting up in the air. You're going freestyle look. We'll see. A lot of people like simpler boosts. I think this one is pretty cool. I like the art style on it. It's got a neat behind the car look, but time will only tell. But pretty neat. I think some people are really gonna like these. And then we start to get into the good stuff, the Infinium wheels. Me and Sloth were talking. Personally, I'm a fan of these. I think these things look pretty sweet. It's a really neat, honestly, it's a really neat kind of clean look. And to be honest, for me, it reminds me of like Tron. It looks like a Tron type wheel. That's instantly what I thought when I saw these. I will be really interested to see these painted because they do have a little bit of tread going on with them, which is pretty cool. And you get the two-tone color, so it'll be interesting to see what color combinations they put together on these things. I personally like them. I think we're kind of in agreement that these might be the better of the two wheels in the crate. These Balacaras, Sloth, I don't know if you want to talk about these at all. They're interesting.
So this, yeah, they're over-designed. There's too much there. This is the first thing I thought. The immediate association I had was being small and playing Pokemon and looking at like Garchomp. Something that like you just looked at it and you're like, they should have stopped like halfway through their design process on whatever this item is. They should have just stopped because they kept adding things and adding things and adding things, and it just looks crazy. I don't know. I am interested to see again how they look painted.
Yes.
But I'm probably not going to be a fan because I'm not a fan of the standard ones.
Yeah, I think so. The design on it is cool. I think it's the extra stuff in the middle that for me overdoes a little bit. Again, you got a really cool colored tread aspect to this, which I think people are going to really like. But again, it'll be interesting to see if the design on the inside is what gets colored. I'm assuming that's probably not the case. I'm assuming it's actually probably the spokes that are on the inside, which might not be bad if it's a cleaner wheel and they really do good colors on them. But only time will tell on these. Again, neat design. I like them kind of maybe always going a little bit off script for these. Between the two of them, Infiniums, I'd rather have the Infiniums than these. If we get them, cool. And like I said, they might turn out really sweet painted. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, not a bad. Definitely, we can all say this. Definitely not the worst wheel they've ever designed, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Fidget spinners. Sorry. So let's get to the good stuff. We have 3 black market decals. We have the Chameleon, which I do not do justice with my current color scheme on, so I apologize. Pretty cool. This is pretty neat. Again, I think the color schemes on this, the flow of the pattern, really, really neat. Probably the least of my three favorites, to be honest. But we have the Chameleon, we have the Stormwatch, which I really like this Stormwatch one. I think this one's really clean. You get the cool kind of like swirling pattern up on the top. But if you're a fan of if you're a fan of an animated decal that isn't overbearing with the colors or the design or the motion on it, this is going to be the one for you. Like I said, real clean. I really like this one. And then Sloth, the last one, the Trigon, I think this one's your favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty torn between Trigon and Chameleon. I think they're both super solid. I think the color combos, that as soon as we can get our hands on them, I'm gonna totally open one because I'm a boss. As soon as we get our hands on them, we're gonna really be able to mess around with some color combos. I think they're gonna be sweet.
Yes, this I think I'm between the Trigon and the Stormwatch. I think for me, it's just gonna be. I do like a little bit simpler design. I think I like the flow of the Trigon, pretty cool. And just the pattern on it, the way it kind of ripples and moves is really cool. But like you said, I'm with you. The color combinations on all three of these, I think, are going to be really, really neat. And then finally, to round it out, and this is actually interesting because this is the first crate that we actually get to see these in, which honestly isn't a bad thing. I kind of actually like this. We get our fourth black market, if you will. We get the Toon Goal Explosion, which I think everybody saw. If you saw the picture for the update, you pretty much saw this in the background. I'm not mad that they brought in a Goal Explosion. I'm glad it's a 3-to-1 ratio because, as we've talked many times before, Goal Explosions, there's too many of them at this point, I think. I think having one every crate isn't a terrible idea. Keep it fresh. Keep people that are out there that really like them, and I like the Goal Explosions, but you got to focus back on the black market decals, and they did good. So let's jump into a game here, Sloth, and we'll kind of talk about the rest of the update. One real quick thing, as you can see, season rewards. Sloth's got them champ wheels looking real good. Interestingly enough, they also made a change to the black equalizers. So you can see those on mine now. They're no longer gray. They are actually black, which I'm super excited about. So might be the best part of the update. I don't know.
The hidden treasures. I actually didn't know until I slapped these on that champ wheels have a pretty sweet tread too. The tread has this little effect where the light just kind of rolls around, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, they look good. So speaking of wheels, obviously the new season has started. So we're into season 7. Season 6 is over. If you are downloading the update right now and popping it up, you're going to get your rewards pretty much immediately, like I did. Because I don't think I started playing until about an hour after I finished downloading the update. And so that's nice for anybody that maybe you're at work or school or class or something, and you gotta do something else. Sorry, focusing here. Focusing, and I have no boost. And to be honest, so the one thing about this update, while I'm really excited about the crate, I'm really excited about the items, to be honest, I'm not as excited about the way this update was handled with the posts. And this is something that, me and Slaw talked about it. We really didn't get a whole lot of information. We didn't get the actual patch notes up until about maybe 2 hours or so beforehand. And basically, all it said was that we were going to get sorry, I'm focusing here, and we had a little party intrusion there. Was that we were going to get new season rewards. The new season was going to start, which they told us about the other day and gave us some kind of rough time frame. They said they added a new crate and they did some bug fixes. And then they told us about what they know they need to fix and will be coming later. And that was literally like the patch notes. So I don't know, Sloth. I feel like you kind of hit it best when we were talking about it. Where was the crate hype? You know, where was the hype? Let's see some of the items. Let's talk about. Let's not spoil everything, obviously, but let's chat about what's going on, and let's get everybody excited for it. Besides just saying, hey, there's a new crate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, this is the first time that they literally didn't really show us anything. I mean, we got a picture. We got one still frame, and that was it. I mean, it's just there literally was no hype at all. So, I mean, I was surprised about that, but it really felt like this update was to bring us the new season, which was just kind of probably because the season was dragging on a little bit, and they really felt the need to get that season over and to get season 7 started. But definitely didn't feel like there was a whole lot intended other than that with this update.
Yeah.
Because the next update that we're getting for the spring update in March or April is kind of big. There's a lot involved in that one, and I think that's the one that people are really going to be excited for.
Yeah, I still suck, which is good, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like I said, we get season 7 beginning today. We get the new crate, which literally said new content general victory crate added. We get the season 6 rewards. Yeah. They still talking about in a future update. They are still working to, I guess, fix or update the diamond wheels. So actually, maybe after this game, we can just take a look. Sloth, I know you got them. Just take a look at them really quick, just to get people an in-game look at what they're looking at.
Yeah.
And I mean, beyond that, I mean, they just kind of talked about soft reset, which we knew. They showed off the new werewolf car. They talked about a couple of general bug fixes for the Nintendo Switch and some other stuff about matchmaking bans and timers, and then something with a decal swap or trade for the, what was it for the X Devil, and that was literally it. And then interestingly enough, we got, you're just being dirty over here. Good thing, because I'm just reading. We got a little section at the end, which was known fixes. So they talked about, again, the appearance of the Season 6 Diamond Wheels. We talked about the endgame menu division rank up and down notifications. And, like, what I don't understand is why they didn't fix that already. I mean, I think that's probably one of the biggest, like, complaints that people have. Like, I want to see when I'm divisioning up and get that audio cue. There's a change preset button at the end game menu not working, and then there's some lens flare when you're at the main menu. And all stuff they said is going to be addressed in a hotfix prior to the next major update, which is pretty good. So here's the diamond wheels Sloss got on for us. Honestly,
yeah, I'm gonna throw green on here to kind of differentiate, because honestly the colors are super similar.
Yeah. Honestly, not bad. There's a noticeable difference between the plat and the diamonds. Turquoise versus like a cobalt. The diamond does have that rotating wheel. I do think a little bit of visual flair of the actual diamond in the middle would be really the only thing I think that they need to do, because you even almost get like a little bit of a pulsating flash with the platinum wheels. It appears in the diamond, you just get the, the spin. So again, not terrible. They're not the best wheels. They're not the worst wheels. They obviously made the Grand Champ ones look the best, but I do think they need to give the diamond ones a little bit of love, which it sounds like they're going to. So, and that really wraps it up. I mean, that is the update in a nutshell. We will link the post for the actual patch notes down below, but I mean, like we said, we basically got that information, and that is it verbatim as it came in the post. I saved you a couple extra sentences about read the roadmap and some other stuff, but I mean, excited about the new season. Get out there, play your matches, get your rank going. You got your soft reset, so 10 games of each. I believe if you win half, you're going to get to the original rank, or the rank that you were at last season, which is pretty good. So if you play real well, hopefully you can get up above some of the ranks that you were hoping to break through. And I know we have a little bit of rank distribution changes for, I think, solo, standard, and what other one, Sloth? Was it solo?
Solos.
Solos?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I mean, good update, new crate, a lot of cool stuff going on, and hopefully we'll be hearing more about. I know they said sometime middle of the month or maybe sooner, we'll hear about the PC beta for tournaments going live. So really excited about that. Obviously, we're not on PC, so sad face for us, but it'll be interesting to see what people's feedback is and how that goes, because really looking forward to that. And that's really the update and the new crate in a nutshell. So we'll leave you here with that. Really, really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I've been Doc. That's been Sloth, Average Gamer guys. Stick around. We got more Rocket League action coming, and we'll see you in the next.